Hey everyone, Nut Free Mama here. Today I'm going to show you how to make white chocolate and Wowbutter layered Christmas bars. Okay, the ingredients for this one, they're not too bad. They're pretty simple. Most of the stuff you're going to have laying around. You need 1.5 cups of flour, 1 cup of butter softened, which is 2 sticks, 1 cup of packed brown sugar, 1 cup of powdered sugar, 1.5 cups of the quick cooking oats, 1/4 cup of half and half, 12 ounces of white chocolate chips or almond bark. I'm going to use the white chocolate almond bark, so I'll use half of that bag. And then you need 1 bag of some kind of holiday mini chocolates. So I'm going to use little sixlets because you know those are peanut and tree nut safe. And then I'm also going to use some red sprinkles just to make them look really festive. And then also you need, of course, 1/3 cup of creamy Wowbutter. You could probably use the crunchy if you wanted, but the creamy is just going to work out better for this recipe. So let's get started. First, you prepare a 9 by 13 baking dish, line it with parchment paper, and preheat your oven to 350. Okay, our next step is we're going to mix together our flour, oats, brown sugar, and butter until it is loosely combined. I just mixed it with an electric mixer until you can't really see any more of the dry. You just want it all to be combined, and you don't want to have any leftover dry. Next, we're going to pour that into our baking dish and tightly pack it down, and then put it in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, this is what it should look like before you put it in the oven. You just want to go ahead and smooth that all out with either a spatula or a knife or a spoon. Just try to get it as even as possible. Now, like I said, we're going to put that in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. You'll know it's done when the edges turn golden brown. Okay, that is ready, so I took that out of the oven. We're just going to let it cool for a second just while we make this other layer. So next, in another bowl, you are going to go ahead and whip up your powdered sugar, your Wowbutter, and your half and half until it's light and fluffy. And then we're just going to spread that right onto the crust while the crust is still warm. Okay, that is all spread out. My tip would be just drop it by a little spoonful drops all over it, and then let it melt for a little bit, and then spread it just for like a couple seconds. Because it will melt. It is supposed to. That means you're doing it right. And it's just a lot easier to spread that way. So next we are going to go ahead and take our white chocolate and melt that in the microwave in 30-second increments, stirring it each time until it's nice and smooth. Okay, so after my white chocolate melted, I just poured it all over the top, and then you just kind of smooth it out with a spatula or spoon or whatever you want to use. And next we're going to go ahead and pour our little sixlets on there and our sprinkles. You want to still do this pretty fast while everything is still wet and it doesn't harden up yet. Okay, this is what it should look like. It is so cute and just looks so Christmassy. So next we're just going to let that go ahead and set up for 5 to 10 minutes. You don't want it to set up completely because then it's really hard to cut into your bars or whatever you want to cut it into. So we are just going to let it set up for like 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, after your white chocolate has set up, you can go ahead and remove that from your baking dish, and then we're going to cut this into 30 bars or just whatever you want really. My white chocolate did take a while to set up. I don't know what the problem was, but it is still a little runny. And I even put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes, so I'm not sure what the problem was with that. But you just want to make sure your white chocolate isn't very runny when you're going to try to cut it into bars, because it's going to make a huge mess. Okay, here is what the finished product looks like after I cut it. As you can see, my little bars are just little different sizes and stuff like that, because I do have little ones, so you can make them as big or as little as you want. So we are going to let those go ahead and set up more because they are still a little gooey, and then we're going to have Taste Tester have a little taste. Okay, Taste Tester's taste is all set up. Taste Tester, have a little taste.
Yeah. Yummy.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, come back and see us again and have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye.